Well, if you need motivation to stay celibate or you need a reason to be celibate, this video is going to be that.
A lot of these men are on a DL. A lot of your husbands, boyfriends, the ones you're in a relationship with, they are on DL, on the DL or on DL. I don't even know. They are shad. They are. Lately, I've been seeing videos of some women coming out to say their husband, they call their partner with another man. Lately, I've been seeing videos of women saying, don't be, thinking that your man is cheating on you with another woman. It's the homeboys that he keeps going to see and none of that. And lately, I've also been seeing some women saying some of these men need to come out because, especially black men, they're hiding because of society and all of that. But really deep down, they are on the DL. But the ones that have not come out, the ones that are married to women and they still sneak out to sleep with their fellow men, you all. There's this video I saw where this woman was analyzing how most women that have HIV now, it was because it was gotten from their partner that got it from a man. Let me read videos for you all to watch to the end, and I'll be back to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Well, if you need motivation to stay celibate or you need a reason to be celibate, this video is going to be that. Studies have shown that in most SSA societies, 80% of new HIV infections in women are estimated to occur in marriage or long-term relationships through heterosexual transmission. In 2021, among males, most HIV infections were attributed to male-to-male sexual contact, 81%. So, in layman's terms, 81% of men are contracting HIV from other men. Among females, most HIV infections were attributed to heterosexual contact, 82%, meaning most women, 82% of women, are contracting HIV from men. So this is pretty self-explanatory. But men, 81% of men are getting HIV from men, and 82% of women are getting HIV from men. So you know what that tells you, right? Meaning 82% of women got HIV from a man who got it from a man. So men are contracting HIV from other men and then passing it to women, which is why I really despise the DL community, and this is why I call DL men dangerous losers. Because 82% of women, a man is getting HIV from another man and giving it to her. The large majority of women are getting HIV from a man who got HIV from a man. The other percentage is drug use. The political economy of marriage and HIV. Research has shown that married women's greatest risk for HIV infection is their husband's extramarital sexual activities. Most women, 85%, who were diagnosed in 2018, acquired HIV through heterosexual sex. So, literally 85% of women contracted HIV from a man. Meanwhile, 81% of men contracted HIV also from men. So tell me again how men are not the problem? HIV-infected females evaluated at an HIV/AIDS center in South India to characterize their socio-demographics, HIV risk factors, and initial clinical presentations. The mean age was 29 years old, so the average age. 81% were housewives. 95% were currently or previously married. 95%. And 89% reported heterosexual sex as their only HIV risk factor, meaning they were not gay and they were not doing drugs. And 88% reported a history of monogamy, like most women who are married or in relationships are monogamous, unlike the men. And the men project and say women cheat just as much and try to make us sound like we're just as bad as them, but statistics time and time again show otherwise. And so does real life experiences and just, looking around and seeing what the fuck's going on. Like, almost every woman I know has always been monogamous and faithful, and the man is the one who is predominantly cheating. So basically 95% of these women were married or are married, and 88% of them only had sex with one man. One man. The majority were reproductive age. The potential for vertical transmission of HIV impacts are alarming. Nearly half of these women initially presented asymptomatically, meaning they didn't even know they had it. They had no symptoms at all, implying that partner recruitment can enable early HIV detection, meaning taking your fucking partner to the doctor to get tested before you have sex with them and forcing them to get regularly tested. Single partner heterosexual sex with their husband was the only HIV risk factor for the majority of women. Please let that sink in. HIV prevention and intervention strategies need to focus on married monogamous, not just Indian women, but married monogamous women. Most women, 85%, who were diagnosed in 2018 acquired HIV through heterosexual sex. And men ages 13 to 34 accounted for 60% of HIV diagnoses among men, meaning it's a lot of young men, young, attractive men. Yes. The transition into marriage itself influences HIV risks. Women who marry before the age of 20 are more likely to be HIV positive than unmarried women of the same age, both because marriage typically coincides with the dramatic increase in the frequency of sexual activity, and because husbands are generally older than boyfriends and thus have had more opportunity to become infected themselves. Old, washed-up men who have HIV targeting young girls. So sad. Really sad. Marriage duration may either offer protection or exacerbate, making the problem worse, the HIV risk. If both spouses enter the marriage HIV negative and remain sexually exclusive, monogamous, marriage affords considerable protection. But if, however, either spouse is already infected or is unfaithful, transitions out of marriage and divorce or widowhood are also strongly associated with HIV status. So a lot of divorces and sometimes reasons for widowing is because of HIV. A lot of people get divorced because somebody was given HIV, and a lot of the times the spouse becomes a widow because the partner died from HIV. So it might be fruitful to examine the relation between HIV infection and the sequence of one's sexual and marital life transitions, aka marriage. Basically, to dive deeper into studying how women in heterosexual marriages are at a high risk of HIV and how they literally make up almost 90% of people who have HIV. Like, of the women who are diagnosed with HIV, over 80% of them are married to males and are monogamous.
Sometimes it's difficult for you to know when your partner is on the DL. It's difficult for you to know that the person that you are sharing your mind with is another man. because you might not even suspect at a point if they did not give you that impression. And sometimes you might feel safe because they are with their own boys, or their boys are like, oh, I'm spending time with my boys. You feel very calm, like, oh, there's no woman there. So you might not really think that something is going on for the ones that are very good at hiding it, right? But the ones that are giving you that small little suspicious thing, just they are, right? And if you're married to this kind of person, you know that eventually both of you might want to have sex, and there's another thing for your partner to be cheating on you with a woman. There's another thing for him to be cheating on you with a man. The kind of infection that is inside that place, and you come home and still put that same thing inside your woman's thing, I just feel like that's wickedness. That is wickedness. If you're on a deal, go and do your thing with your man than coming home to infect your wife. Give her diseases, viruses, just because you want to satisfy your craving. If you are on the deal, please, you don't need to get married. Because I want to, I cannot even imagine how the marriage would be if your partner is on a deal, because the ones that are not on a deal, you're saying shaggy. Then the ones that are on a deal that is not sexually attracted to you, how would the marriage look like? Women, we need to be very careful. The moment you start suspecting, try to make your findings, and once you know that your man is on a deal, there's no point sleeping with him. Like, this is just plain. I'm just saying it plain because the kind of infection, like, aside from HIV is not an instant, like, it's something you can manage with drugs and everything. You get better. You might not even get better, but you can control it with drugs over time, right? But there are other diseases, there are other sicknesses that they might put inside of you that will start showing immediately, right? And might not even show in them. In fact, I feel like some men know that they've been infected with this HIV, and they will intentionally infect you as a woman, because we've been saying all these things. We've been making videos for the past how many weeks? These men do not like their wives. You will see them saying, I pick my own boys, even if my wife is in labor, she's about to die, she's about to give birth to the child that I have, that I will go and miss my own. But in fact, some of them, they will, if you are dying, you are their woman and you are dying, and they're only supposed to save money and you, they'll pick the money and they don't care, right? And this is how much most of them don't like their wives. And because sometimes they don't even like women, they like themselves. So the fact that most of them might even know that they are already infected, instead of them to come out clean and be like, okay, you know what, I'm infected, or I don't want to sleep with you anymore, they're going to infect you, so that even you'll be stuck with them. You just have to be stuck with them, like, because of low self-esteem. You cannot go elsewhere to start explaining to another partner the kind of disease you have or the kind of virus you have. They do it intentional. So when you start having, I'm not saying that you can only get HIV, only DL men can get HIV, even the ones that go out there to cheat and all, like a cheater normally, see, once your partner has started cheating on you, you need to be very careful. That is why I'm always worried about women that they know that their partner is cheating on them back to back. They are aware that their partner went outside to meet another woman, probably sleeping with them, and the man comes back and still, like maybe later in the week or later in the day, still want to have sex with them, and they allow without protection. Sometimes I'm like, do you really love yourself like that? Do you really love yourself like that? Because how are you sure the person you're going to meet doesn't have disease? And you know, see, there's sometimes your partner might be cheating on you and you don't know, you're not aware, you've not caught him, like, that is different, but so you know. And the thing is that most women will come out, I've seen African women, especially where I'm from, they don't have a problem with it. I've said it before, if your partner is not cheating on you and you're a Nigerian woman, there's a problem. Like, normally that's the mindset. All men cheat, right? And there's nothing you can do as a woman. All you need to do is just protect yourself or find peace in something else. That is what they preach, right? So they know that partner is cheating on them. They know the moment he even leaves the house, he's going out to cheat. And they still allow him to sleep with them. To me, I just feel like to sleep with them unprotected or to still be in the relationship, it's their choice anyway. But then what I'm trying to say is, the moment you start suspecting things like this, especially when he's on the DL, especially when he's on the DL, you all, please. Because kind of stories, kind of videos I've seen of women coming out to say they finally, like, it's shocking because you wouldn't, unexpected, you cannot even think about it. It's something that came out of the blues. Why some have been suspecting even before marriage, but they just ignored, like, nothing can happen. What is your take on men that are on a deal but refuse to come out, but now put their women in life in danger just because they want to satisfy their cravings? What is your take on this conversation? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section respectfully. And thank you all so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. And please turn on the post notification bell to get notified once I upload another interesting video. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.